For early access and uncensored content, as well as exclusive, please consider becoming a channel member or Patreon. George Lucas hit back at critics over Star Wars, and I think George Lucas is fascinating. Because he was damned if he did and he damned if he didn't, let's be honest. Like, George Lucas would never make people happy. And maybe the Star Wars franchise should just be those 6 movies and some nice cartoon series. He admitted that, George Lucas says, ideas in the original sort of got lost in the post-Disney films, and that's very true. The ideas, these sort of very black and white moral tales with redemption arcs, sort of based on old TV shows and King Arthur. It's basically King Arthur in space, let's be honest. But the trope of the young farm boy, and that's a big thing with space opera. He also rejected the criticism of the first 6 films for featuring a lack of diversity, saying of the film's critics, they would say it's all white men, most of them are aliens. He added, the idea is supposed to be accept people for what they are, whether they're big and furry, or whether they're green or whatever. The idea is all people are equal. And people do forget the casting. Like, look at those films. Like, most of the things are aliens. They're not black, they're not white, they're not Asian, they're blue, they're green, they're purple with tentacles. I do find sort of the modern Star Wars fans fascinating and somewhat frustrating, because they clearly don't understand it. There was someone on Tumblr going after someone I know recently, and they were ranting that Star Wars is filled with CA. Like, who are these people? I mean, Tumblr is filled with mentally evil whack jobs. Twitter is filled with mentally ill whack jobs. And it's so fascinating watching these people who don't understand the material they're talking about, who see everything at this surface level. And that's it. Like, it's just like Disney haven't saved Star Wars. Disney have destroyed it. They're milking the franchise into a meme. Put a chick in it and make it gay. Like, it's just boring now. It's just endless streams of generic content that isn't picking up with audiences and creating... And people aren't getting involved. Because it's just... I remember when Star Wars was a big deal. And sadly, it's not anymore. It's just oversaturated mess that, people cheer on because now representation, diversity, if you criticise it, you're an ist or a phobe. Go away. Like, I'm criticising it because it's lazy. It messes up canon, it retcons things. The writing is atrocious. And Disney are churning this crap out to spoon feed you idiots. Like your babies in high chairs sitting in your shitty diaper. Like, dear God, don't people realise that? You're being fed this stuff over and over again, and you're all repeating the same stuff. And let's not forget the bot army. Oh God, the bots. Doctor Who, Star Wars, Marvel, Rings of Power, you name it, there are bots everywhere. Like, Gothic Therapy, I can't think of his Twitter handle. Gothic Therapy YouTube channel. Really cool guy. I have no clue what it looks like. He's a cartoon Tim Burton figure. His wife is fabulous. The irony to this, like, he is just going full tilt on the bot army. And it's amazing. It's absolutely amazing. Like, I know for a fact there are bots on Twitter. Like, you only have to use the word hacked in a tweet and you're going to get all the bot replies. Please go to this person, I'll help you get your account back. There are certain word algorithms, and every day I get likes from sex bots who... And every day it's a different name, but they all start with the same letter. A, B, C, D, E, F. It's just like, it's just ridiculous. And it's all to get things trending. I mean, I have bots there are certain people I avoid talking about, and there's a reason people refer to a certain woman as AH in their videos a lot of the time, because the bots come out. So it seems to be a thing. And it's just fascinating and really desperate. Like, these shows are dead. Star Wars died a long time ago. And I'm going to say this, I liked Rogue One. The best thing Disney have done is Rogue One. I think that That was absolutely fantastic. And really, if they had just kept that, it's just, why did they go down this road? You know, the unlikable girl boss trope, the terrible writing, destroying classic heroes because, you know, you can't have strong men, and just creating this unlikable female version of an uncharming and uninteresting Luke Skywalker. Right, there was a way they could have done this. They could have done something amazing with this, and you know, and I think they had potential. But you know what goes wrong when you're writing the movie as you're filming it? Like the mainstream critics won't let this die. You know, if you, I mean, the extended universe of Star Wars, the non-canon legend stuff is amazing, and they're very heavily borrowing ideas from that. And I still don't understand why in Obi-Wan the series it was Leia and not Luke. It should have been Luke with Obi-Wan. It just, promise you won't tell. And you know, I think that show was just made for people that get excited when Obi-Wan says, well, hello there. I mean, it's just a thing. And I think that was it. That was the only reason. Nostalgia bait. And I mean, I like Ewan McGregor as an actor. I think he's amazing, but that was such a waste of his talents because it just didn't connect, I don't think. And this is an overall problem. They take a franchise, they milk it, they turn it into a mess, and they keep destroying it, and they throw mud at the wall to see what sticks. That's all they do. And that's the problem. They destroy it. They absolutely destroy it. And they've done it with so many things. It's about milking a franchise. They must keep a constant stream of content. There must be nostalgia. It must have this. It must be... It's just the whole list of just crap. And people are so used to this, sitting there in their high chairs, sitting in their messy diapers, having food shoved in their face without thinking. They're impressed by special effects, but don't really care. Like, is the Star Wars writing amazing? No, but it's far stronger than, there's far more depth than most people realise. It's inconsistent in both the prequel and original trilogy just because of the nature of those films. But I think that adds charm. The writing is fun. There's surprisingly a lot of depth. The performances are good. And I liked Rogue One. I thought that was the best thing Disney have done with Star Wars. That was a spectacular film. And yet, what they created, the sequel trilogy, another sequel trilogy, endless spin-offs. I have a lot to say on the Han Solo movie. Like, I liked the visuals of the film. I thought it was a nice love letter to the 70s. But I don't think it was a very strong film. I don't think it flowed. I think Star Wars just want to destroy things, and that's it. I think Disney just want to destroy franchises, milk them till they're dead, and move on to the next target.